And welcome to the fourth episode of Behind the Fleet with It's Just Miss Wells. On tonight's episode, we've got DJ Sue Young here with us. DJ Sue Young, tell these people who you are and where they can find you on social media.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is DJ Sue Young. I am on Instagram, TikTok. It's pretty simple. The at sign DJSUEYUNG. Pretty simple, very basic.
I love it when people have their social media real tight, real clean, real easy for people to be able to find them. So tell us a little bit about who DJ Sue Young is, where he's located, what are you into these days, what do you got up your sleeve? Let's jump in.
I'll just give you a little bit of
Okay.
my background and history for everybody to get, familiar with who I am. So I'm originally from Queens, New York,
Oh.
and I and I transitioned 2 years ago to Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
In Atlanta, Georgia, and things have been going well. I've been DJing for over 20 years,
Okay.
and I started with my brother, his whole setup. Just fell in love with music after that because I've always been doing music since I was a little girl, just listening and listening to the radio. They used to call me headphones at a point in time because all I wanted to do was listen to music.
That's so cute.
So I've had a passion for music since I was younger, and then I gradually developed my skills by, I guess, networking with other DJs, just getting the sounds of different types of genres of music, doing my own studying, and that's basically me.
Okay. So, talk to us a little bit about how you ran into Fleet. How did you find out about the Fleet DJs?
Okay. I have a funny story, but I'm just gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. So when I was in New York, transitioning back and forth from New York to Atlanta, Georgia, at the time, I was networking with a couple of people in New York, and they told me about the Fleet DJs. They didn't give
Okay.
me like a total background what Fleet DJs were, but they told me it was a conglomeration of DJs, and a person like me can, kind of fit in with them because it's like I'm also into networking. So they was like, that's a good, platform for networking. So I went onto the website because they gave me the website. I explored the website. I was like, oh, started looking it up, went on social media, type in the hashtags, do your little research to see like what you can find out. But then, as I gradually started looking, I said, oh, it's a big conglomeration and it's like a lot of DJs, not only DJs, but there's other people that contributes to it, like producers and podcasters, influencers, and so forth. So I'm like, oh, this is great. Like somebody
Hmm.
like me that likes to network, I like to be around this. So I took the initiative. I filled out for Fleet, and then I was like, later on, they gave me a call back. I was like, oh, okay. Then I spoke with one of the DJs. It was like a little interview process. I didn't expect it because I'm not a person that's great at interviewing. I'm like, in an interview like I'm on a job. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, he really asking me questions. I was like, oh, I didn't know who I was speaking to. I was just naturally speaking there. After a while, it was hitting me. I was like, "Am I on an interview?" I was like, "That was another story." But then I finally, I guess they did their research on me because I did my research.
Mhm.
They did their research on me, and here I am.
I love it. I love it. So, about when was that when you bumped into him? How many years have you been a part of Fleet?
I'm. I didn't even hit a year yet.
What? Okay, you fresh meat, DJ Sue Young. Welcome, welcome to the family.
Oh
love
no. I
it.
I filled out the application in May.
Okay. Okay.
Someone reached out to me in July, at the
Okay.
ending of July. So by August, I was officially in Fleet.
So are you in the Georgia fleet or are you in New York fleet? Or are you kind of
I'm
in both?
no, I'm actually in Georgia Fleet
Okay. Okay.
because I did the transition at the time I was transitioning, and now I'm officially in Atlanta, Georgia. So
Okay. Okay.
now I'm a part of Georgia Fleet, but originally that was the goal, to be in Georgia Fleet.
Got you. So we got to talk about this just a little bit. So unpack how different it's been from being in New York to Atlanta, Georgia. Or is it more similar than you thought it would be?
New York has its own, okay, the two is both different. So just to unpack that, they're both different. The whole transition from New York to Georgia, it's just the atmospheres. They're both
Got
different. Like
you.
New York is fast paced. You got to be a money maker. You got to hustle. You got to know how to talk. Everything. As far as Georgia is organic. You can speak to people. They're relative. Like they're people. Like you're just having a regular conversation. I've
Yeah.
met so many different celebrities, A-list celebrities, down to up and coming indie artists. Like the networking platform in Georgia is different than New York for me. That's just my opinion, because you got to go super hard to get wherever you need to go to in New York. As far as Georgia is very nice, steady, and you can take your time and get to where you need to get to. It's how you utilize yourself.
Oh, I love it. So let's talk just a little bit about why you decided to transition from New York to Atlanta. Was it just like, it's time for me to do something new? Or was it for your professional career that you decided, like, it's time for me to switch up this market and go somewhere different with my time and my skills?
Well, it had a lot to do with my professional
Okay,
skills and personal life. So that's why the transition took place.
got you. Okay.
That's why I ended up in Georgia. At first, I was very skeptical before I made the decision, but then
Okay.
I thought about, the pros and cons, because a lot of people don't think about their pros and cons before they leave. They just
Mhm.
abruptly leave and then try to figure it out after. But not me. I try to take my time and do research. But when I did come to Atlanta, Georgia, I had to do more research. So
Mhm.
eventually everything came into place.
Unpack that though, because I think people sometimes have like this picture in their head, especially when it comes to going to Atlanta. Like, I'm gonna be in Atlanta and it's just gonna be great. And then you
Mhm.
get to Atlanta and you're like, wait a minute, this is a little bit different than the Atlanta that I had in my head, that it was all pictured for me to just come down here and make it big real quick. So
Mhm.
kind of talk just a little bit about when you say like you did your research before you came and then you had to research Atlanta more once you got there. Like, was it the people and the business side of things, or and how they did business that you had to learn more about? Or
Yeah.
is it just kind of, okay, go ahead, unpack it.
Yes. So when I got to Atlanta, Georgia, they're like, "Oh, the networking platform is so it's like the opportunities are endless, and you can go here, you can go here, or you can go in certain areas where you can network and it'll be fine." When I was in New York, I knew where to go. Like
Mm,
you can say, "Hey, go to this part in New York and you'll be fine there. You'll meet up with these people, blah blah blah, or it's these type of influencers or these type of people that's in the music industry. You might run into whoever." But as far as here, I'm doing my research by, networking with the people in the area, because I knew some people that moved from New York to Atlanta. So I had
okay.
to pick their brains. They're telling me about areas that I can look into. So I started. doing my research again in those areas. See
Right.
what's like the hottest hot spots that I can go to. See like who else do I know in the music platform that I can network with too as well. So I had a couple of DJs that when I was in New York, they actually transitioned to Atlanta too, but they've been here for years. So they
Mm.
knew the ins and outs of where to go to, who to speak with, you know, what new bars is opening, so forth. So it was endless. So I was like, okay. But at the time, when I'm doing all of this research, I'm still getting more information pertaining to Fleet because I didn't
Mm.
know how to utilize Fleet at the time. So that in a sense came like my puzzle came together when I actively started networking with the members in Georgia Fleet.
Well, come
But I
on.
didn't know how everything all the puzzle pieces came together.
So that's something that I always tell people about when they ask me about Fleet. I've been around for quite some time, and we started where it was the Kentucky and Tennessee division, and then Tennessee kind of went off and did its own thing and joined up with Arkansas for a while. And then Arkansas went off and did their own thing. And then we've kind of been just standing strong on our own for the last couple of years. But I think you said the most important thing about this organization is you've got to get into it and you've got to make it work for you. Like you can network in your local areas, but when you apply same tactics, when you come into Fleet and start talking to people in different divisions, in different roles that are doing different things, like it immediately takes you from a small or medium type network to opening you up to a true worldwide connection of people, no matter where it is, wherever you want to go, or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Mhm.
Talk a little bit about what it's been like being a female in this industry, though, because you're my first female interviewee. And this
Mm.
industry can be tough for us sometimes. So, like, talk about what it's been like for you in this business.
This has been a lot of hurdles.
Mm.
It's been a lot of hurdles. There's been a lot of L's I've took. A lot of things I swallowed.
Yeah.
Like I had to swallow my pride a lot of the time. Sometimes I just couldn't hold it. Maybe act unprofessional. Maybe a little irresponsible. But it's been a journey. So when I first started, when I was a teenager, I'm getting used to the things, seeing different people. I guess people seeing me and what I can do, and it's like the back end of it, how it can go. This is male dominant as being a female DJ, just trying to enter a male dominant field. So it does has its ups and then it has its downs. So
Yeah.
it's like
And you're attractive female too.
yeah, I want to say what I want to say, but it is an interview, so I'm trying to keep it PG.
Nah, Sue Young. Sue Young. We keep it. There's no cabin and there's no holding back in these conversations because
Oh, there's no hold back. Oh,
no, give it to us raw and uncut, unfiltered.
there's so many. It's just very politics. It's in
Yeah.
politics. So when it comes to the male dominant DJs, promoters, and everything, it's either they want to cutthroat you, shortchange you, or they feel like because you're a female, you're incapable of doing what they can do. You don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge, nothing. My background speaks for itself. When I said I was going to come into Fleet, I mean, not Fleet, sorry. When I said that I was going to be a female DJ, I'm going to learn the ins and outs. I'm going to learn about engineering. I want to know about how to connect my own speakers, equipment, down to whatever I need to know the ins and outs, even down to taking music classes, learning musical notes, anything. Going
Yeah.
into the even if I gotta learn how to engineer to be a producer for artists because I like to hear artists, tracks and stuff like that, the artistry of music. I wanted to get deep and down into it that a lot of DJs didn't want to, so I could stand out. But guys didn't like the direction that I wanted to take. It was like, you need the sex appeal. You need to be attractive. Wear this, wear that. I'm a tomboy. I like to dress down. I like my sneakers. I don't like shoes. I'm ignorant to all of that. I look good either way. It's either take me as I
That
am,
part.
yeah, either take me as I am or don't take me at all.
That part.
Forget it. I'm gone. But just to know that, sometimes you'll get the support, they'll act like they like you and this, that. But after a while, learning that from younger and transitioning and growing up, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna take this and use this to my advantage now.
There you go.
Use this to my advantage. Now I'm getting bookings. Now I'm gonna talk to y'all the way I need to talk to y'all. So yeah, that's when
Okay,
but
I love it.
it's a up and down situation. You take
Hmm.
some else, you get shortchanged. Promoters want to play games, not want to pay you, maybe want to play you, whatever. Then they want to talk to you, sweet talk you, see if they can flirt with you, get a lower, like vice versa. No, I'm raising my price. You can pay me. Stuff like that.
It's all a game. And then you in Atlanta, so I'm pretty for sure like it's taking you like your New York mindset and skills already set you apart and prepares you for the networking that you got to do in Atlanta to make sure that you don't get down there and nobody gives you a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors or sells you a dream that is just a dream.
I'll say for the most part, as far as I've been here in Atlanta, Georgia, when it comes to the networking and so far being booked and so forth, the process has been easy. I'm gonna cross my fingers. The process has been easy. Everything pretty much simple. Invoices, contracts versus New York. You getting a runaround. They might not sign the contract. You email the contract over
Mm.
everything. Somebody giving you the runaround or trying to slick talk their way out of things or something like that. But then I came to Atlanta, Georgia. Every booking I had a contract. Nothing under the table.
Ooh.
Everything straightforward.
Man, you are like a unicorn because most of the time when I hear people that have transitioned into the Atlanta industry,
Mhm.
they talk about how they've kind of gone through the trenches. But I've had a similar situation where anytime that I go to Atlanta, I feel like it is open doors where they welcome you into the industry. And if you are connecting with the right type of people, they
Mhm.
will keep connecting you with the right type of people until you get yourself in the rooms and in the situations that you want to be in.
I'm not
Now,
gonna lie.
go
Not gonna
ahead.
lie. I just want to add to that. And like I said before, Fleet had and Fleet. Okay, Fleet Georgia had a part to play with that too because of the members that's active in the room that'll throw so many promotions at you that
Mm,
there's opportunities for you to go and explore. Not only not only networking parties as far as for DJs, but then for everyone. That's like influencers, maybe those are like hostess for parties or podcasts or so forth, artists, whoever was in that room. Everybody was, hey, come out to this event. We could go over to here. Whoever's in this area, yo, go check this out. It's a listening party for this artist and that artist. Like, I've seen so much events in that room and then a broaden the whole network. I'm like, nah. That's what made me like kind of level up a little bit in Georgia.
mm.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm like, I kind of like it because I think I made the best decision of trying to join a collaboration because the networking platform is definitely perfect for
Man.
somebody that's transitioning from New York to whatever, or anybody transitioning from state to state.
So talk a little bit about what your plans are for 2024 and that you've transitioned, you've
Mhm.
a nice little network building, you're getting your name out there in Atlanta. Where do you go from here? What's up your sleeve?
What's crazy is there's so much networking that I've done in Fleet and speaking to other members besides Georgia. Outside of it, I've been getting more like tools that I need for myself to build myself as, a business entity now because I've never went into that direction as far as or as long as I've been DJing. So
Mm,
just speaking with other members, they told me the ins and outs of like, the business aspect of it, how to get an LLC, get your EIN, get your business account, start building yourself as, a business because you're a DJ, you create revenue, you get
yeah.
revenue. So that's what I did January 1st. I said, you know what? When January 1st come, I'm gonna get my so I got my LLC and I got my EIN.
Congratulations.
I'm waiting for the authenticity article and everything to come in. So I'm like, okay, starting. I'm getting there. So that's a little trick up my sleeve.
I love it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank
Like
you.
it's inspiring to hear that not only were you able to find people to put into your network to help you transition, but you also found people that helped you take your business to a completely different level. And then you're still surrounded by, it sounds like, a division full of people that are moving, shaking, working, and have things going on that are just going to continue to help solidify your name in this new location that you're in. Like, is there anything upcoming that the Georgia division has going on within Fleet that people can participate in? Are y'all looking for music? Like, tell the people how they can connect and link up with you all.
Okay, so I do have a title in Georgia.
Oh,
I am the artist spotlight coordinator.
there we go,
Yes.
DJ. Yeah.
Yes. So at first, when they gave me the title, I didn't know too much. But like as you stated before, how you guys were like merging with other states, I actually speak with members from Florida.
Okay.
So I know our state is kind of like merging in and getting assistance or however you call it. Like we're like together basically. Like we can talk to members from Florida, so it's kind of dope.
Okay.
So the coordinator that's in Florida, he was giving me I'll say like a mentoring thing and teaching me like the ins and outs of being a artist spotlight coordinator until eventually I put my structure and put myself together and push myself forward. So now we're just looking for artists to promote, move their music because the DJs we break the records. Um Basically just music and any other opportunities for events and just to help support each other because we're all about supporting. We're
Yeah.
one big family under one umbrella.
Is there any specific type of music that you guys are looking for? Or are you open to all genres?
We're open to all genres
Okay.
because like my own background, I'm West Indian, so I'm Guyanese, part Chinese. But I'm into all genres of music. Like I listen to every single genre of music
I
and
love it.
music is not a discrimination. Like I'm only set to like R&B or hip hop or whatever. I want all types of music cuz sound is sound pretty much.
Good music is good music, no matter how you write it, how you compose it, how you give it to us. Like, if the message is there, if it's the right rhythm, tone, beat, like, you
Mhm.
can connect with anyone. And the way that I've seen DJs like switch the game. You can take a song that is somewhere over here in left field and
Mhm.
blend it in with something else that you wasn't even thinking of and create a whole new sound and creation that people will go crazy for. So
Definitely.
listen, if you are an artist and you've got new tracks, you have got to get this over to DJ Sue Young. They don't even have to be new tracks. If you've got hot tracks, like she said, we break records. So we want to make sure that from these conversations, you are identifying people that can help you move your business and brand in the direction that you want to.
Mhm.
DJ Sue Young, drop your email. Let these people know how they can connect with you.
Yes, my email is DJSUEYUNGFLEET the @ gmail.com.
There we go. And follow that up with where they can find you at on social media one more time so that way they know how to follow the wave.
Yes, it is at DJSUEYUNG. Pretty simple.
That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X as they call
Everything.
it. Whatever you are, wherever you want to find her. Tap in at DJ Sue Young on all these social media platforms. Connect with us at the Fleet DJs. And it's Fleet DJs on every platform. And of course, you can always go to fleetdjs.com. You guys know that it's just Miss Wells over on Instagram. So please follow me there. I'm always getting my count up. DJ Sue Young, thank you for taking a few moments of your evening and coming out and letting us know a little bit more about you, how your transition from New York to Atlanta has been a great one, and how Fleet has been able to play a part in that. We look forward to continuing to see all the success that you have with this organization. And hopefully, I will see you at the conference
You will.
July
I'm
in
gonna be there.
Orlando. So
I'll
we
be
plan
there.
on turning up. But
Yep.
until next time, next episode, folks, we are out.